everyone, this is Kathleen with Windy Chaos, and here we are with kit number 2 for Christmas, and I love it. This is a We Whisper kit. So I now have kind of 3 kit sizes. You've got the really big mega kit, which is called a Whirligig, and it's got clip art and junk journal stuff and Dutch doors and labels and patterns and just all the goodies, all of them. Numbers, days of the week, months, in deco, in plain, and all sorts of fun things. They're huge and they take a long time to do. So my plan is to kind of have one for every season and a couple extras thrown in every year. And then we have the We Whisper kits, and this is going to be kind of the bedrock. This will probably be the ones that you'll see released almost more often than anything else, because it kind of gives you a little bit of everything without being overwhelming. You get clip art, you get days of the week, and you get patterns. And you can make many beautiful spreads just with these elements. And then I'm introducing a new size, which is called pinwheel, and pinwheels kind of come in 2 versions. You have a clip art version and you have a pattern version, and the 2 go together, but you can buy them separately. And that way, if you're not into patterns, you're not stuck with them. They actually are the thing that kind of makes a lot of my files quite large, because the patterns themselves actually take quite a lot of space creating them, and then you're multiplying it several times to create the pattern. And so yeah, they can be a real hog when it comes to the file sizes. So anyway, let's jump into this one. It's called Retro Christmas, and I've done a little bit of changing up on how I'm doing the covers. You'll see some changes coming across on the Etsy store, and I think it's just going to be a really fun refresh, and hopefully everything will look really good by the new year. And at the new year, you'll see new pricing come in. So this is like the golden moments where you get kind of the new stuff at not the new price. So let's jump in and take a look. I wanted a kit that made me think about the books that my grandmother taught me to read from. And she taught English as a second language in California, and she had all these reading books, and they had Ted and Sally, and I just loved the illustrations, and I really wanted something that was kind of reminiscent of that mid-century feel and nostalgia, and that's what this is for me. The same kind of coloring and everything. So we have these beautiful angels. I did a dark skinned, I did a light skinned. They're kind of the only thing in this particular kit that is remotely religious, but I just thought they were so pretty and so mid-century. And we have these little carolers. We have them in the little guys, and we have them in the grown-ups. And then we have this cool vintage car with the tree on top, and this like mid-century house, which the house I live in is very much mid-century. We have this cute nutcracker, these sweet little glass balls that look really realistic. I love kind of the watercolor look, but every once in a while something will pop up that's really almost photographic, but it's so pretty I have to use it anyway. And then we have the Christmas tree with the big lights on it. No little tiny twinkle lights here. And we've got the bells, and then we've got this punch, and we've got hot cocoa with candy canes and a gingerbread house, and some cookies and some fruit cake, the ubiquitous fruit cake. Then we just got this cute chair with a package on it and a pretty sunshiny yellow door. And then this whole living room is one piece. And I think it is so cute. It's got that fun little garland on it. Let me just nudge that up just a teeny bit. I think I need a new tip on my pencil. It wants to skip around a little. And then we've got this darling ice skating scene, which I love. And this beautiful window looking out on the snowy night. And then this window has some opaqueness. Nope, I guess not. I thought I had gotten it kind of to be see-through, but nope. So you got two windows that you can work with, and then you've got this cute mailbox, and on another page I've got the postman too, and we've got carols at the spinet, and we've got a pretty little staircase, and this cute little retro TV that says Merry Christmas on the banner. Oh, I mean, each page you also get the hex codes and what the color palette looked like. Come on, you. Let's line up. Okay. Now we've got a cute little kitty and a cute little puppy. And yes, the puppy is a beagle, which you probably just heard bark in the background. Our Charlie dog looks very much like this, except for she's not a puppy anymore, but she was given as a Christmas gift many years ago. And there's the cute postman I was telling you about. We've got some poinsettias. And then we've got the kids putting together a snowman. And then these cute, cute Santas. I wanted that Norman Rockwell style. When we were growing up, we had these glasses that came from Long John Silver's. No, they came from Arby's. Oh, now I can't remember. It was Long John Silver's, I thought, but I could have that wrong, because Arby's eventually had glasses that were really cute. Sorry. And we've got this cute snowman. Anyway, they had all these Norman Rockwell Santas on them, and they were so fun. And my mom gave them to us as Christmas gifts a couple of years ago. So they're still in the family. And then we've got a sled and Santa flying through the sky. This looks so much like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What were those called? Something golden. You know what I'm talking about, right? The kids' books that have the little gold spine. And I just can't think of the name for him right now. And then we've got this cute little Santa face, and he's actually in a couple things. He's in our days of the week, and he's also part of our patterns. I think he's just darling. All right, and then we've got a trumpet, a train, a sweet little teddy bear coming out of a box, a robot, and a cute little doll. And then we've got some ice skates and some roller skates, a sweet little town, and a record player, and then a toy plane and some presents. And then we've got a whole 10 sayings here. And these were just mostly taken from like secular songs that I thought were kind of, appropriate for mid-century. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a lot of cheer, making spirits bright, rocking around the Christmas tree. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? There's no place like home for the holidays. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Down through the chimney with good St. Nick. Santa Claus is coming to town. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. And then we've got our page that is all of our labels and for the actual planning stuff. And then we've got the shapes here at the bottom that have some of the clip art that's been clipped in and looks pretty cool. And then here are the sweet little days of the week. On the last page of this sticker book, it gives you what the font name is. This one was called Chasing Christmas. And here they are without the Santa faces at the bottom too, including weekend instead of just Saturday and Sunday. And then we've got our patterns, and oh my goodness, I spent so much time on the patterns. Had a lot of fun, but so frustrating too. And then it was huge, and then I had to get everything smaller or just... So this one's all Christmas bulbs. And then we have the candy canes. And then we have this beautiful damask with these little Santa faces in it. Then we have a poinsettia with one with white and red poinsettias. And then we have this sweet little check with bows and holly. And then we have a fancier plaid with bows and holly and snowflakes. And I am in love with this one. And then we have this beautiful poinsettia here, again with the red and the white, but just so stunning. And here's the cute little Santa face with little packages and some hollies in there and such. And then we've got this really sweet one too that's got the train and the plane and the dolly and the bows and some snowflakes. And then you get the same patterns over again as textures. So to do these, I take the background out, and so they are transparent. And then I just take them into black and white and just take down the opacity so that they just make a really beautiful texture behind your designs. I'm sorry, I've moved things around as I designed, and they're just all over the place. All right, and here's just a spot where you can click to go into the Windy Chaos library, where you can find things like numbers and planner words and even extra kits that I had from when I was popcorn planning, which was my first attempt at a digital shop, but it was really just an adaptation of my paper planner stuff. So anyway, just loads and loads of freebies in there, so make sure to take a look if you make a purchase, because once you've made a purchase, you've got access to it forever. And then this is just a blurb about the shop, and then the font information right there, Chasing Christmas. So let's see how these turned out in the mock-ups, because I'm all about the mock-ups. I love them. I love seeing it all come together. So this first one is the rings. Look how cute this is. So, oops. So here I did that living room. I just put it right there in that spot. And I did a couple of fills. I'm going to show you how to do fills here in just a minute. And I did some fills here too, so that window just looks so cool there. I actually could probably make it a tad bit bigger. Maybe. I think I liked it better the way it was before. I used that cute little TV, and then I did a fill here. I did a rectangle with the pattern in it. I did a couple little fills here to make a cute little background for the ice skates. And then this one, Santa Claus is coming to town, and just have him walking right into town. So super, super cute. So I wanted to show you something that's really fun. I'm going to bring up Goodnotes because that's where I use my... Whoa, that's where... And I'm going to go over to the patterns. And so one of the fun things about Zoomnotes is that you can use this bucket fill. So I can bucket fill, and I've made it red. which is great because maybe I want to just use white ink and it really stands out now, and that's great. But that fill itself is a shape, which is kind of cool too. If I tap on this, I can tell it that I did that there where I created a filled shape. If I do this, whoa, and I go on it, I'm still a filled shape. But I can also do this, and I can do image. And I can do image from pasteboard. So it looks like the last thing I had was the candy cane one. And I can say from pasteboard. Oh no, see, I did something else. Ha! Okay, let's do this plaid. I'm just gonna hold down. I'm gonna go to the 3 dots and say copy. And it copied it to the pasteboard, from pasteboard, and there it is. And then I'm going to put it in. And there we go. The nice thing about doing it with the bucket is I have a little more control over the size. So let's try this again. I'm going to, I can change the width to really small or really big. So if I go 625, that's all I get. Now I can't really tell it where the center is or anything like that, like actually a mask, but let's see what happens. There is a mask part. Use image as mask. For the color, this works best on transparent. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Image from pasteboard. No, it did red. Why did it do red? Image. Huh. Okay. Yep, that's not working the way I thought it would. Okay. I'm not understanding that completely. So, guys, I'm always learning too. So, there we go. Looks like I did something. Created some sort of space. I'll have to play with that and go and see what Ed has on YouTube about that exact tool. But I think it's a really fun tool, especially in this rings planner, because Shelly has so many cool little spaces that you can just customize. I could go back to doing color and just color things up. Oh my goodness. I can just put a color in on the... Oh, okay. It saved the shape. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I get a little sidetracked. This was definitely a squirrel moment. But, okay. If I just wanted to make my personal to-dos that color, there you go. Sorry. I have a window open and that's a very loud thing. There. That's kind of cool. It did cover up the lines, though. So I don't know if that's super helpful or not, but it's fun to have possibilities. Okay, let's get out of here and let's see how it looks in portrait. What did I do in the portrait? Now that I've used up all my memory, there we go. Okay, so for this one, I did a background. I'm sorry, I did not go into Do Not Disturb, and I totally should have. Okay, so I did a background actually on a separate layer on this one. I did it on layer 2 because I didn't know what I wanted to do for a bit, but it's the texture of with the candy canes. And I used the staircase and created this little cute scene. And then for the actual planning elements, I just used those circles and the gift tags. But I thought another thing that would be kind of cute is you could go through and just make something like this, do it like yellow or silver, and then it could be like Christmas balls, you know. You could draw a hook if you wanted. Anyway, just thoughts, things that you could do to make, especially the circle shape is especially fun, and the arches shape would be very cute as like Christmas ornaments, but also planner elements. So that is that. I hope you like that. I think that's really fun. And then here is the landscape. And this is probably my favorite one. But I took the ice skating one, and then I put the 2 fences, one with the ice skates, one with the sled. And then I just took a label and made it like a big header. And then just drew a rectangle and duplicated it so they'd all be the same size, and these would then work as my planning elements, and just put the little poinsettias there. So I am so ready now for Christmas. I should just be ready for Halloween at this point, but this has definitely put me in a holly jolly mood, and I hope it does you too. I'm looking forward to a couple of others. As far as Christmas goes, I will have a big kit that's going to come out probably next after this one, is what I'm hoping. And it'll be Christmas on the Farm. So I've kind of done this farm theme for the all year with the farm in every season. So this will be like the Christmas wintry one. And then I have another whirligig that I'm working on that's all snowmen. And that'll probably come out, maybe not back to back, but pretty close. And the snowman will be appropriate for Christmas or just winter. And I think I have one more Christmas that I'm working on, but I'm drawing a blank right now. So there's still time if you have a special request. We have a nativity one now, and we have this fun little retro one, and then we'll have Christmas on the Farm and snowmen that are still coming out, and then we shall see. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you're having lots of fun in your planner and getting excited to finishing it up in this last quarter of the year, and just being amazed at what you've done over the year to create a beautiful journal. That's my favorite thing about doing this type of planning, is that even if I haven't written about how I feel about all the days, I have this little memory keeper that says, oh, look, I started out to do these 20 things and I got 3 of them done, and I was really happy with that, you know? Or I don't know. It's just kind of my wrapping up at the end of the day, my looking forward to the next day. It just kind of gives me the peace of mind, but I also love that it creates a record of what I did, because sometimes at the end of the week I get to the end and I'm like, what did I accomplish? Sometimes it doesn't feel like much. So anyhow, have a great day, and I will see you for the next one.